The Piotroski F-Score of Wereldhave N.V, ENXTAM is 7. The Piotroski F-Score is a scoring system between 1 to 9 that determines a firm's financial strength. The score helps determine if a company's stock is valuable or not. A score of 9 indicates a high-value stock, while a score of 1 indicates a low-value stock. The score is calculated by the return on assets, ROA, cash flow return on assets, CFROA, change in return of assets, and quality of earnings. It is also calculated by a change in gearing or leverage, liquidity, and change in shares in issue. The score is also determined by change in gross margin and change in asset turnover. SMA 5200s. Ever wonder how investors predict positive share price momentum? The Cross SMA 5200s, also known as the Golden Cross, is the 50-day moving average divided by the 200-day moving average. The SMA 5200s for Wereldhave N.V, ENXTAM is currently 0.96621. If the Golden Cross is greater than 1, then the 50-day moving average is above the 200-day moving average, indicating a positive share price momentum. If the Golden Cross is less than 1, then the 50-day moving average is below the 200-day moving average, indicating that the price might drop. The price-to-book ratio or market-to-book ratio for Wereldhave N.V, ENXTAM currently stands at 0.802507. The ratio is calculated by dividing the stock price per share by the book value per share. This ratio is used to determine how the market values the equity. A ratio of under 1 typically indicates that the shares are undervalued. A ratio over 1 indicates that the market is willing to pay more for the shares. There are often many underlying factors that come into play with the price-to-book ratio, so all additional metrics should be considered as well. The C-score is a system developed by James Montier that helps determine whether a company is involved in falsifying their financial statements. The C-score is calculated by a variety of items, including a growing difference in net income versus cash flow, increasing days outstanding, growing days sales of inventory, increasing assets to sales, declines in depreciation, and high total asset growth. The C-score of Wereldhave N.V, ENXTAM is 1.000000. The score ranges on a scale of -1 to 6. If the score is -1, then there is not enough information to determine the C-score. If the number is at 0, then there is no evidence of fraudulent bookkeeping, whereas a number of 6 indicates a high likelihood of fraudulent activity. The C-score assists investors in assessing the likelihood of a company cheating in the books. Turning to free cash flow growth, FCF growth. This is the free cash flow of the current year minus the free cash flow from the previous year, divided by last year's free cash flow. The FCF growth of Wereldhave N.V, ENXTAM is minus 0.207757. Free cash flow, FCF, is the cash produced by the company minus capital expenditure. This cash is what a company uses to meet its financial obligations, such as making payments on debt or to pay out dividends. The free cash flow score, FCF score, is a helpful tool in calculating the free cash flow growth with free cash flow stability. This gives investors the overall quality of the free cash flow. Stock volatility is a percentage that indicates whether a stock is a desirable purchase. Investors look at the volatility 12 meters to determine if a company has a low volatility percentage or not over the course of a year. The volatility 12 meters of Wereldhave N.V, ENXTAM is 17.626100. This is calculated by taking weekly log normal returns and standard deviation of the share price over 1 year annualized. The lower the number, a company is thought to have low volatility. The volatility 3 meters is a similar percentage determined by the daily log normal returns and standard deviation of the share price over 3 months. The volatility 3 meters of Wereldhave N.V, ENXTAM is 13.106100. The volatility 6 meters is the same, except measured over the course of 6 months. The volatility 6 meters is 12.285400. MF rank. The MF rank, aka the magic formula, is a formula that pinpoints a valuable company trading at a good price. The formula is calculated by looking at companies that have a high earnings yield as well as a high return on invested capital. The MF rank of Wereldhave N.V, ENXTAM is 7531. A company with a low rank is considered a good company to invest in. The magic formula was introduced in a book written by Joel Greenblatt, entitled The Little Book That Beats the Market. The QI value of Wereldhave N.V, ENXTAM is 36.00000. The QI value is a helpful tool in determining if a company is undervalued or not. The QI value is calculated using the following ratios: EBITDA yield, earnings yield, FCF yield, and liquidity. The lower the QI value, the more undervalued the company is thought to be. Value composite. The value composite 1, VC1, is a method that investors use to determine a company's value. The VC1 of Wereldhave N.V, ENXTAM is 31. A company with a value of 0 is thought to be an undervalued company, while a company with a value of 100 is considered an overvalued company. The VC1 is calculated using the price-to-book value, price-to-sales, EBITDA to EV, price-to-cash flow, and price-to-earnings. Similarly, the value composite 2, VC2, is calculated with the same ratios but adds the shareholder yield. The value composite 2 of Wereldhave N.V, ENXTAM is 21. ERP5 rank. The ERP5 rank is an investment tool that analysts use to discover undervalued companies. The ERP5 looks at the price-to-book ratio, earnings yield, ROIC and 5-year average ROIC. The ERP5 of Wereldhave N.V, ENXTAM is 6433. The lower the ERP5 rank, the more undervalued a company is thought to be.